What's up, everybody? Jason with Heap of Jeep, working on the 96 today. Finally gave it a name. It's now called Piper, and we're going to be fabricating a bumper this time. So early on in the Heap of Jeep channel, I did a video on doing the back bumper, and all I did with that was take a 2x6 piece of steel and just kind of made it into a bumper. There was nothing special about it. There's nothing real hard about it. Today, I want to do something a little different. I'm going to start fabricating from scratch and try to get to something resembling this. Now, I found these online. I really like the way they look, and I'm going to try and mimic it pretty closely. Maybe a few changes here and there, but I really like these bumpers, and that's kind of what I want to go with. So before we get to the video, if you'd please click subscribe, and I'm going to put a link in the description to my other YouTube channel called Teenager Car Tips. If you know a teenager or anybody really who just needs some help learning how to maintain a vehicle, check the oil, check the fluids, tire pressures, things like that. I'll put a link in the description to that if you want to check that out. So there's going to be a few different videos in this particular series. Video number 1 is going to be taking the front bumper off the 96, and then there's probably going to be at least 2, maybe 3 videos on the whole fabrication process and installation process. We're also going to have to cut the fenders. We'll take care of that in the next video, because this one's really just taking that front bumper off. They can be really tricky. I'm hoping this one doesn't go too bad, but I've taken the bumpers off other Cherokees and they never go easy, and this one complete rust bucket, so I'm expecting this to be a nightmare getting the old bumper off. But let's get to it.
And so the first thing I want to do is get this piece of trim out of the way so I have a little more room to work there. Not quite sure how this is held on. These look like just those little Christmas tree clips. I'm guessing this is just a little protective thing to keep crap out of your wheel wells and out of your engine, but you need to get that out of the way so you can see what's going on here. There's 3 bolts holding the bumper bracket to the frame, and then there's 2 bolts holding the bumper to the bracket. I don't think I'm ever going to get these bolts off holding the bumper to the bracket. These bolts I'm going to be replacing anyways, so I mean, even if I have to grind them off or something, I'll be okay. Alright, this fender support bracket is really getting in my way, and we're going to be cutting the fenders anyway, so I think I'm going to take this off first so I have a little more room to swing the ratchet here. So this support bracket's just held on here. So getting that bracket out of the way is really going to help, because your other 2 bolts you need to get at, one is right here and one is right here, and it's kind of up, oops, sorry, and behind the bumper, and with that bracket there, it just makes it a little harder to get in there. So let's see if I can get these others free. Be prepared to use a lot of heat. Mine first ones seem to come off way too easy, and nothing on this Jeep is ever easy, so this kind of scares me. But let's see what we got here. This top one, my ratchet doesn't want to fit up there because there's a piece of the bracket in the way, so a little extension helped, but that one just came loose way too fast, so I gotta think that someone's had this bumper off at some point. Okay, I got 2 bolts out on the driver's side, and the 3rd bolt is loose and just hanging on by a few threads. I don't want to take them all the way out until I have both sides ready to come out, so that bumper isn't hanging there at odd angles, putting weird pressure on this bracket over here. So I'm going to leave it hooked up by that 1 bolt. Now I'm going to do the same thing here with this bracket, this side's held on by 2 bolts, which I'm guessing is the original way it was supposed to be. That one broke, doesn't matter because we're cutting the fender, so we're not going to need this bracket anyways. On the passenger side, also behind the bumper, you've got this. I think this is something for your vacuum. All the vacuum pressures on your Jeep, and it's actually bolted on to the bumper. So I'm going to unbolt this so we can get it out of here, and we'll figure out someplace else to put it. Move it into the engine bay or something, or maybe we can find a spot behind the new bumper. But for now, we got to get this out of here. These are coming out way too easy. I've taken other jump bumpers off other Jeeps, and these bolts never come out this easy. Okay, so the bumper's not super heavy, but I also don't want it falling on my head. In fact, it's pretty dang light. You can hold it. I mean, one person can do it. But I'm using a jack stand to hold it up on this end. On that end, they've still got the floor jack under it. I already have all the bolts out on that side, so the floor jack's just the only thing holding it up. So I'll take this last bolt out and just hold it up on this side by hand, but this jack stand will be here to help me should I need it. Well, there we go. That was a surprise how easy it was to get that bumper off. So stay tuned. We'll get into fabricating the bumper in the next video, and we'll be cutting the fenders in that one as well.